It's impossible to describe something as the perfect car. What does that even mean? What is perfect to me might not be perfect to you, and to the other person, and to another person, so on and so forth. But I think we could all agree that there are certain vehicles that offer pretty much everything anybody would need, and they do so in a manner that is just exceptional. And this might be the clearest example of that I've seen in an automobile ever. This is the latest Mercedes-Benz S-Class. It's the S580. And I have to tell you, it is goddamn amazing. Okay, not because of the speed thing and all that. This is an S-Class. It is a comfortable, understated, elegant machine. And now it is the 22nd century dynamo of sorts. There is tons of tech in here, and I don't believe it's tech just for the sake of tech. Some of it might be seen that way, some of it could be considered gimmicky, but I will tell you that everything works and works well. But let's back up, and first I want to talk about the outside. There's something wonderful about a darkly colored S-Class on multi-spoke wheels that just looks right. Mercedes took the design of the S-Class, the last gen, and just refined it a bit and made it look a bit more elegant. It made it look a bit more proper S-Class-esque, and the results have paid off. It's not too much, it's not too little, it is exactly where you need it to be. If you drive an S-Class, you don't need to be the shouty guy in a Bentley or something like that. It doesn't have giant ugly grills on the front. It doesn't have, like I said, it's not too much, it's not too little. It is a perfect blend of automobile, substantial automobile. Now on the inside, obviously, it is fucking excellent. The red leather in here looks awesome. The seats have gorgeous pillowy headrests. There are 10 different massage programs, heated and cooled seats. The back seats are exceptionally comfortable. The front seats are exceptionally comfortable. You can dial in as much support and bolstering as you want, or how little you want. You can have actively dynamic seats, or you can turn them off. You can have in-seat bass resonators with this upgraded sound system. The bass sound system is what is called the 3D Burmeister sound system. This, check the box, for $6,730, and you wind up at the Burmeister 4D sound system. And we're demonetized. So in each individual seat, you can turn up or off an in-seat bass resonator that basically like shakes your seat a little bit, and kind of, if you turn it up just barely enough, it definitely adds to the music. It is amazing. And the sound system itself, 30 speakers, 1,750 watts, is excellent. Crisp, crystal clear, fantastic. This screen here, I like the design of how it kind of just like flows almost organically up out of the center console. It's easy to see, it responds well to touch. The HVAC stays up on the bottom. There's a home button to bring you back, wireless CarPlay, there's a wireless charger buried in here too. Now the neat party trick going on though is Mercedes has adopted, I guess it would be considered a stereoscopic 3D based gauge cluster system, which you can turn on or off. I think it looks absolutely incredible, and you can't capture it on camera. It's basically using a system to track both of your eyes, and it's presenting each eye with a slightly different image, and the result is that you see a gauge cluster that has depth and 3 dimensions to it, and it is absolutely wild. That is the thing that works and works well, and there's different displays. You can have a classier gauge cluster, you can have a sportier gauge cluster. I have it on the sport one, and it does things. It's dynamic. The RPM is kind of floating closer towards me, as is the speedometer, and then pushed back a little bit as G-force data and boost pressure. and then further up is the fuel, how much fuel I have remaining. It's just a neat thing that is both a party trick and works really well. If you switch it to the nav, it does a 3D effect to the nav. That's where you could get a little bit queasy with it because it's constantly moving much more, whereas this just as a three-dimensional graphical display is awesome. This is so cool. Now, wouldn't be an S-Class if we didn't talk about a wonderful Mercedes engine, and this has one. It has a 4-liter twin turbocharged V8 under the hood, and it's a 48-volt system, so you get a little bit of an electric bump too. We have 496 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of peak torque, backed up by a 9-speed automatic, and it is a 4MATIC, so it has all-wheel drive. Power delivery is exceptionally smooth. There are different driving modes. I get into this and I almost immediately always put it in Sport Plus because Sport Plus is not too over the top. Shifts are still smooth. The engine noise doesn't dominate the cabin because it can't. It's quiet in here, wonderfully quiet. There's just a little bit of a thrum in the background, which is kind of all you need or want in an S-Class, because if you want more, you can always jump to an AMG. It goes, it's comfortable, it has top-tier safety tech, it's scanning the road for the lane lines, it's trying to help you out. You can turn everything off, you can turn it on, and it does a decent job of some near level 2-ish cruise control. There's even a lane change assist feature. It is a technical marvel. It drives wonderfully. I've had this on the canyon roads, on the highways, on the just around town streets, and it's pretty much everything you would think you would need from a car. I mean, obviously, it's the price where then you go, oh, well, yeah, of course, but this does everything so damn well. Base price is about $117,000, I believe. As tested, it's $143,000. It's got some AMG style elements. It's got this gorgeous interior, the wheels, the sound system is extra, goodies like that. This also has rear steering, so it is dynamically impressive as well. The person who buys the new S-Class is a smart shopper, and hear me out. Because there's a chance that they could be like, well, why don't I get a Bentley or something like that, or a Range Rover, or some top flight, I was gonna say Jag, but that doesn't compare here. Just some top echelon luxury cars. The S-Class is for those who truly appreciate and can afford the finer things in life, but don't need to shout about it. They like to slip in and out of traffic. They like to just kind of go with the flow, so to speak, and shouting at people isn't what they're all about. They have money, they have taste, they want to be comfortable, they want good power, they want an absolutely banging sound system, but again, they're not in your face about it. S-Classes are in understated colors. They have just simple but very beautiful wheel choices. It's shouting on the inside with the red leather in a wonderful, wonderful way. And then obviously you can change like the color of the ambient lighting and all that kind of crazy stuff. But it's the car that doesn't need to shout, look at me, look at me, look at me. Some people will see an S-Class and still think, wow, what a machine. But in reality, it is not something that pops and stands out. And I mean that in a good way. I love class. I'm a Mercedes fan. I've always been a Mercedes fan. And this thing just, it looks the business, it looks the part. It still goes like stink when you need it to go like stink, but it's comfortable. You could drive this around the world and arrive at your destination and get out going, oh, that was a nice little cruise. This is just a fantastic, wonderful machine, and it is an excellent evolution of the S-Class, and it still whips. There's a Kia Carnival in front of me, and it drives me nuts that it is not pronounced Carnival. Like, why wouldn't you call it the Carnival? It's thrust. There's serious thrust here, folks. An AMG version would be mad. There's a Maybach version coming if you want the Maybach version because you need twin turbo Insano. But that's the thing. This is a smarter car than the Maybach version because the Maybach version is not that much different, minus, the massive engine and all that stuff. And the fit and finish is different, but this is so nice inside that the Maybach is just kind of a dumb purchase. Whereas, like, if you get a Bentley, I get it, and especially the newer Bentleys are really, really well done. This is still a smarter purchase than a Bentley, but if you need something that's a bit flashier, get a Bentley over a Maybach, but an S-Class is a smarter buy over all of them, if that makes any sense at all. Save a few $100,000 and, I don't know, put it into Bitcoin or something. Doge. Whips. This car is excellent. This car is basically as perfect a vehicle as you can get from a new car. You know, it's not going to be perfect for everybody, obviously, but just it does everything so well, with the obvious exception of like jumping in the dunes, and I'm not counting that. I love this car. I love this car so much. It is so good, so wonderful. I've said enough, and that's all I have to say about that.